turn it up a little bit more, Casey?
I'll mute everybody for now. Okay, this is called the Zoom platform. We use it for a ton of things. It's 88% awesome and 12%, oh my God, what? Here's the 12% that I need to talk about. Feel free to use this. It's a free program. I'm on a paid account, so I have more accessibility and I can put cat faces on everybody. But you can use this with your clients. If you have a client that's in Gooding and doesn't want to drive, or in Jackpot doesn't want to drive, you can do a Zoom conference and it's pretty cool. It's zoom.us and it's free. And you can be on it for 40 minutes before it says your free account is now done at a time. Here are a couple of issues. If you are going to use it professionally, you see Nick over there, and I'm not picking on Nick, but make sure you don't have big glary lights behind you. Every week we have meetings with our MDs like Gary, and there's a guy in Grand Junction who has a window behind his head and he looks like an alien every week. And now he does it on purpose, but if you're trying to impress a client with this cool technology, you don't want to have funky lights or funky backgrounds, your Elvis Velvet poster behind you, okay? So just be aware of that. Try to have the light coming at you a little bit. And also make sure that your camera, and everybody here is good, but make sure your camera isn't like, yeah, no, this is a really fun, this is a great platform, isn't it? Don't you like my forehead? Because it's the only thing you can see. So you can usually adjust the level of your camera. I'm in my conference room, so I'm a little off center, but you know what I'm saying. So just treat this well. Two other things. It picks up all noise. It picks up all noise, so anything you say or anything happening out there is going to be heard. The worst moment in my Zoom career was early on. We were doing 2 consecutive meetings, and there's a husband and wife team in our company, and the wife was on the first call. Great, and then she left. She didn't turn it off. The husband didn't know he was on a call. He didn't know the camera was on. He comes in, no shirt on, comes and sits at his computer, banging away, and like, super hairy chest. I mean, it was full on, oh my God. And he didn't know what was happening, and I couldn't tell him. I didn't have his phone number. And so for the next 4 hours, we just sat and watched. It was great. But just know you've got to end. You've got to leave a meeting if you're leaving it. If the sound is on and there's other stuff going on, everything is going to be heard. So when you're booting up for these, always hit the mute button when you boot up, because you boot up and maybe you're 5 minutes early and you get a phone call and Gary is an idiot. I totally get it. Yeah, no, I have to talk to him, be nice. Oh, right? So just be really, really conscious of when you're on this thing, okay? Like any good tool, it can be disastrous if you use it inappropriately or carelessly, okay? All right, that being said, here's the 88% part. I can share my screen with you, so you're all going to see what I have to do in a minute. There's a chat function. If you use your mouse and just roll it around on the screen, you see a bunch of things at the bottom light up where you can stop your video but stay on the call, but maybe you had to pick your nose and really bad, and so you stop video, stay on the call, and then you do your thing and then get back on. That's all cool. You can invite others. At the bottom, click that, and it takes you to your Gmail screen, or you just copy the link like I did and send it. You can chat. So Lynette, let's say that I said something super inappropriate and you just wanted to let me know without saying anything, you can just chat with me privately, or you can say a big thing to everybody, like Derek is a misogynist or whatever. And then that's really about all, okay? Also in the top right, there's speaker view. So if you just want to see the person speaking, you click speaker view and you get only the person speaking. Or I like to keep it on a grid so that I can make fun of anyone who does something wrong. Like I can see Shawnee is just like thinking about other things right now, and I like to see that. Just know that if you're in speaker mode and someone else makes some noise, belches or whatever, it's going to project on them because it picks up everything. Okay, there's the Zoom tutorial. Gary, should I have made a cocktail for this meeting? JK, this was a test. I'm surprised you didn't make a cocktail for this meeting. It's afternoon on Thursday, so it's probably a trick question. All right, Nick, who's behind you? Since I only see your name, who is that behind you? Hi. Hi, everybody. Is that Rob in the very back. Who's that in the very back? Nice to see all of you. I want to get to know everybody, of course, and so this is one way to do it. Hi, good to see everybody. All right, so we've got about 17, 18 things, Shawnee, today to talk about. No, we're just going to try to do 2 or 3. As I mentioned on Tuesday, for those of you that were still awake when I was talking, there's a lot to learn, but we don't want to make it so much that you don't learn anything. I'm a longtime basketball coach. If I try to institute 7 plays in one practice, you're not going to get any of them, okay? Because we can only take in so much and we can only process so much. So we're going to try and go over 2 or 3 really important things to get all of this started and to get you on your way to being able to utilize all of our programs, all of the benefits of being part of the CBDP family. And I guess I should go ahead and say, even though I was there on Tuesday, I'm so thrilled to have Twin Falls, another Idaho office. I'm in Sun Valley, with us, and I think it's going to be a great relationship, and I really hope all of you maximize our tools. Okay? All right, so here I'm going to start sharing my screen in a moment. We're going to start today by just introducing IQO, which stands for IQ Office. IQ stands for Intelligence Quotient or something like that, I guess, in the big picture. But think of it, before I go anywhere, as your online office. You could be in Rhode Island visiting someone and be able to do work because your office is a virtual space, IQ Office. And as a CBDP agent, you all have your own virtual office with everything you could ever need, I think, to run a business. So whether you never go anywhere, you work from home, you work from the office, you're in Rhode Island, whatever, IQ Office is the place where everything lives, okay? Justin asked the other day, is there an app for it? And there doesn't need to be because it's mobile friendly. It's built for mobile, so you don't need to have an app. We're going to go into what the URL is right now, and I'm going to hope everybody bookmarks it. So I'm going to share my screen, and Macy, once you see my screen, I hope you give me a thumbs up and let me know you see a big blue screen that says Coldwell Banker Distinctive Properties IQ Office. Macy, you see it? Yes, great. Okay, that means everybody sees it. Okay. That's another thing. If you're gonna do this with clients and you share a screen and you've got your inappropriate stuff up, that's what they see, dude, you've just lost a deal. So make sure you're thinking about all of these things. Okay, and I say it flippantly, but I've seen deals go bad because they saw an email or whatever, right? Okay, so here is the URL, which is the Uniform Resource Load. I don't even know what it is, but it's cbiqo.com. So CB stands for Coldwell Banker, IQO.com. What I would like everyone to do either right now or sometime today is go to this site, click your star, and bookmark this thing so it lives up in your favorites. So that when you want to open a window, IQO is one of your options. Okay? If you don't know how to do this, please ask someone that does, because this is a time saver of insane proportion, in my opinion. Having a row of bookmarks, your favorite things, so ESPN, IQO, that, whatever, having them all up top saves you mental energy as well as time, okay? Everybody's login, and you're gonna wanna change this, but is simply this: your first initial and your last name, all smalls. And I'm gonna say Jesus, that's pretty fun. And your login default password, which you can change or you don't have to, is all small CBDP01. Okay? That's what everybody's is. Then you can change it. And if you ever forget, I have all the passwords. I don't care, but I have them because I can see your profile. Tori will have them. Beverly will have them. Gary will have them but won't know how to get them, so don't ask him. But if you want to change it, great. And if not, doesn't matter. I hope no one's going to be like, oh, I'm going to go into someone else's. That's because that's the way I am. If you are, then you're in the wrong company, of course. Okay, so, and you go ahead and click this because you're the only one going to be doing this. Log me in when I return, fine. So I'm going to log in. Oh, Margaret, you said the password is 1234?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's been updated, Margaret said.
So scratch what I just said. Huh?
Yeah. There are 2 people who do not have 1234, and I've let them know. Okay, so everybody, I apologize. Margaret, you'll have an email about this. You log in, but the password is 1234. Okay, here I am on my dashboard. Okay,
Just like any good site, it has a dashboard. Again, IQO is your virtual office. And I'm an English teacher, so I like to use metaphors. And so I want to share a couple of my pet metaphors for IQO to maybe make it a little bit more useful when you think of it as an office. Okay, here I'm in my office. This is my big office. It's like when I walk in, oh, here's all my stuff. But I want to focus on my business. These are all of my file cabinets along the left. Okay, every office has file cabinets, and that's where you keep your files. And if you can think of IQO, your dashboard, as a bunch of file cabinets, it'll be easier, in my opinion, to navigate to go get stuff. Okay, there are also file cabinets up here. My profile file cabinet, my drop-down chain link file cabinet, and we'll get to that in a minute, as well as help file cabinets. So along the left and the top right are all of my file cabinets. There's about 15 total where all of my stuff lives. Some of these file cabinets you'll never use, thank goodness. Others you will use a lot. My job, our job today, is not to go through every file cabinet. It is to let you know that the file cabinets exist. You can start banging away in them if you want, but the subsequent trainings will go into what lives in all these different file cabinets. Okay, but just really quickly, we can do customer relations. This is where your contacts will live, and you can manage what kind of campaigns they get. Files is where all the stuff that the company believes you need to use to work, like documents and whatever, live. Okay, so home warranties, contracts, all live in files. You can also add your own stuff to your file cabinet there. Listings, this is where you can go see your listings, make sure, and this all pulls from the IMLS, so everything in here is what you've already entered. Okay, marketing, this is where you actually instigate your campaigns, your newsletters, your holiday card, your e-flyers to an MLS or to a client list. Tools and preferences is what it says, the roster, in case you want to contact anyone else in your office. You don't know their email or phone, it'll be in the roster. Financial, you'll be able to keep track of all of your deals in about 28 different ways. It's a phenomenally powerful reporting program where you can chart your listings, your closed business, your terminated deals, your GCI, your AGC, all of that stuff. And admin, which you may or may not have, I don't think you do, and that's for me and us, okay? All right, so those are the file cabinets over there that you will learn more about. But really, I'm only going to focus on a couple of things today in your dashboard. And Margaret, please chime in, because I know you do a lot of work on behalf of all agents in terms of setting up their profile. But just like most websites, my profile lives up here where my little photo is, and it says Derek, and it's got a green light on it, which means go. And that's usually what people say when I come around anyway. They say, hey, go. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to click on that. This should all be, Margaret, am I correct? This should all be entered already?
You're right.
Okay. All of you have been entered into our system for IQO, and I know you're not going to start using this immediately. I get it. You're doing Zap, and Zap and IQO have a lot of the same functionality. All I'm saying is that your CBDP bed is made for you. Okay. We all have a Coldwell Banker email. A lot of you, I learned yesterday, have CIR agent emails. We've used the one that you use the most, so that the information we send through IQO gets to you. Okay. I can choose to be out of office if we're talking about leads. If I'm going to be in Hawaii for 2 weeks and I absolutely don't want anyone to talk to me, I can click out of office and the leads won't come to me. Okay. You don't have the option to act as, but I can, like Nick, if you had an issue trying to do something and you couldn't figure it out, you can email me and say, hey, I'm struggling. I can then act as you and see everything in your IQO as if I'm you and try to help solve the problem. So that's an admin thing, and it's really, really helpful. But what I want to do is I want to click on my private profile. Okay? All right. So I'm in my profile folder in my file cabinet. Okay? And I have a bunch of different files in that drawer, which I can edit as needed, although the less time you spend doing this, the better. So one thing to remember about IQO, almost always the save button is here in the top right. Save everything you do, because if you do a bunch of stuff, it doesn't have an auto save to it for the most part, and so it's super helpful to just get in the habit of saving anytime you do something. Okay? You can put as much or as little in here as you want. Margaret will have done whatever she has on file that she got from Tori and Bev. All of this stuff. I change that every couple of weeks. Unknown is always fun. I get more leads when I'm in there as unknown. It's great. I started on December 15th. Was my first day of 2016, so that's my start date. User ID, this is where I could change my password if I wanted to. And all of my information about how I get paid, all of that stuff, commission plan. I'm not an agent, though I play one on Zoom conferences, so I don't have a commission plan here, but you would be able to see if you were on the, the Twin Falls comp plans, all different here. So as you know, we have offices in 3 states. We have, about 13 offices, so we have a bunch of different looks here. You don't necessarily see all the stuff I see because I am an administrator, so just keep that in mind. The less you see, the better, because that's just noise. Office, second office, company user, birthday, et cetera, and this stuff is all set up for you. Profiles. If you want to have a bio in here, you can certainly copy and paste your bio here. If you have a video of yourself or that you use as sort of your, meet Nick Gibson video, you could take that URL from either YouTube or Vimeo or Facebook if it lives there and paste it here. So it'll show up in your contact information. And you have an email signature. Margaret, are those email signatures set up, or does the agent need to set it up? Sorry?
I need headshots from some people yet.
Okay. All right. So don't get too florid with these email signatures. I've seen some really noisy ones, and I don't think it's a very useful thing. Okay. Those are the basic details of my profile. If I make any changes, I want to save. Preferences. This is a big one, and Margaret will have set this up, but each person can have their own preferences. Okay? Which makes sense because that's what preference means. You're the owner of your account, and you can choose a bunch of different ways to receive notifications, leads, messages, and showing. Your showings, okay? Right now, mine is defaulted to always because I don't get any of these things because I'm not smart enough to be an agent. So mine says always, but what you'll probably want to do is use my office hours, see below. Like, if you want to receive leads, if some drunk guy in Singapore is banging away and says, oh, Twin Falls property at 3 in the morning your time, you're going to get that lead in a text and on your phone at 3 in the morning. Okay, if you want to do that, great. But if you don't want to do that, you come down here, and I've never understood why this is all the way at the bottom, but your office hours are at the bottom here. 8 to 5, maybe on Saturday it's 8 to 2, maybe on Sunday it's 12 to 4 because you go to church, whatever. But here's where you can dictate what time you are awake in IQO. And then once you have these set, again, if you go back up and you want to say, I want to be notified showings only during office hours, I would click by emails. Email doesn't matter, so shoot. Transactions, let me just go back up to here. So I could click office hours, never or always. If I don't ever want to be notified by email, because email's for losers, right, or whatever, I can click never, but you got to be notified by one of these, okay? All right. If you have a flyer that you love, you can put that one in there. Excuse me for a second. I don't know anyone that's done that, so don't feel like you should have a default flyer. Most of this stuff is left alone by agents. IQ video tours, yes. Shows Zillow testimonials on website, of course. Zillow email address. If you have a Zillow email address, you want to put it in there. And so on and so forth. If you're a team or you work with someone, you can do that. You shouldn't do any of this on your own, though. You should ask Beverly, Tori, Shawnee, me, Margaret, if you need to fill in any of these things, okay? Because this is all pretty drilling down. If you're on vacation and you really trust someone, you can say, this person can act as me, and you can choose from this list. Like, hey, Tori, I'm going to give you $400 to cover my business while I'm in Pakistan for a week, okay? And you could grab her, move her here, and put her over there, and then she can go in and act as you. Now, to tell you the truth, Tori can act as you anyway because that's one of her jobs as your administrator. But you see what I'm saying? You could choose another agent. Just make sure they know that you've done that. Don't just do it and then expect them to do things. Accounting, this is, I'm not an agent, but this tells you all the stuff about, the billing and all of that sort of stuff. Goals, if you want to have your goals in here. So what IQO is trying to do is give you a place to have a mini business plan here. How much, and not many agents use that, but you certainly could. You can do all your living expenses. Then it gives you these formulas for how many people you need to contact, close sides and all that to make your money, to make your goals, okay? Services, if you want to make IQO compatible with texting, so you can text from IQO, you can buy a $20 a month subscription to do that. I'm not sure of anyone that's doing that, but it's a really new option and it's pretty cool. And then history. If you want to know about the Gulf War, no, what is this? This just tells you everything that's happened lately. So if you're ever confused about what happened or why it happened, you can go back in here and get out your glasses and figure out what happened. Okay, one last thing here. On this dashboard, you'll see how many contacts and leads you have. We're not going to talk about that today. You'll almost always have new messages, and you'll, I hope, have some listings you can always go look at. Anything that IQO thinks you need to do, following up with leads or contacts, will be over here in the to-do. I'm all caught up because I'm an overachiever, actually because I'm not an agent, so I don't have a bunch of notifications, but that will live here. And then this tells me my recent contact activity. I have agents from all of our markets in my contacts, so it's a little bit weird. I don't know who any of these people are, but let's say that I was emailing something regularly. The person who has the most looks at my email would be at the top. Tara Wolf has looked at my stuff 165 times. I haven't talked to her for 3 months. What is wrong with me? I'm a real estate. I'm calling Tara Wolf. I'm not going to say, oh, I saw you looked at my stuff for hundreds. I'm going to pretend like I just wanted to reach out and talk to her, and it's going to be serendipity. So this is a really helpful way of seeing the activity. It tells you all the different ways they've looked at things. Let's see if we can find someone that's done something besides emails. Not right now, but and then if I click on them, I can go to the last thing I sent them. So it's all pretty cool. So basically, and lucky you, I'm just about done now. Hey, Tad, how you doing, bud? Basically, what I want to start by saying is IQO is super robust. IQO is really, really big. You're going to be amazed over the next few months how many things you can do in IQO, from listing reports about online activity to setting up showings to videos for your listings to your accounting to flyers, newsletters. It's really impressive. You can't learn it all real quick. And as Todd said on Tuesday, the best thing you're going to do is find the 3 or 4 things that you really want to exploit and be really good at them. Okay? And how are you going to know what those things are? Because you're going to see us training on them. You're going to see another agent do them. You're going to have an idea in the middle of the night. You're going to call me and say, hey, not in the middle of the night, the next day, hey, can I blah, blah? And I'm going to say, yeah, and here's how you do it. And then that's going to be your tool. You're going to be known for that. Okay? But in addition, Michaela, I'm sorry you missed the first 3 minutes. I can start all over if we need to. I'm just kidding. The flip side of having something that's super robust and super big and super complex is that it's super complex. And if you don't use IQO often, it becomes a thing where it's like, oh my God, I can't remember how to do it because there's a lot in there. Okay? So I don't want anyone ever to feel overwhelmed. Well, I can, and Shawnee and Margaret can feel overwhelmed, and Tori, but the rest of you shouldn't feel overwhelmed. And you shouldn't feel stupid if you have to ask, now, how do I send that flyer to my MLS? Because I can't remember. Because unless you're doing it every day like we do, it gets a little bit hard to remember. Okay? So I want everybody to just know that this big office, your virtual office exists. And over the next couple months, it's going to be my job and Shawnee's and Tori's and Margaret's and Teresa's to teach you how to make the best use of it. Okay? Let's see. What else? Shawnee, was there anything else you were hoping you would get from my introduction?
I think you covered it all. I think you did good, Dee. I think it was just really an overview, kind of the home screen of IQ Office. And then I can take it from there for the marketing, kind of like recap on marketing packages and where we would go to order those.
Okay.
Did you guys have any questions for Derek before I take over?
Yeah. Excellent. A bored audience is my favorite because, oh, sorry.
Sorry, God, I'm changing my name. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if this is a conversation for a later day. Where are these leads coming from? You keep saying that we're getting leads. Where are these leads coming from?
That's a great question. Should I jump into this now? No, I'm not going to show you anything.
Okay.
I'm going to answer your question verbally, which is to say, you have websites out there. You have your own website through CBDP. You have a Coldwell Banker Twin Falls website. You might do Facebook ads. Anything that you do that points at our CBDP stuff is a lead that comes to you. And you will get notified on your phone. In fact, when I'm done here, I'm actually going to go find your site and I'm going to pretend I'm a person. We're going to see if you get a lead and you're going to let me know, okay? And we can do that for everybody. But there's two types of leads you're going to get, folks. And let me be really clear. I won't get in the weeds too much, Shawnee. I'm almost done. A lead is something that comes to you that not because someone introduced you to someone or else or something. A lead is something that comes from out there and just lands in your lap. That's how we define leads. Zillow leads, Facebook leads, Zap leads, website leads, those things are just out there and someone said, I want information, and that's a lead that comes to you, okay? There's two types. There's some that go just directly to the Coldwell Banker Twin Falls office, and it wasn't because Lynette has a great website, it's because I'm Twin Falls, I ended up here, and they click, I want help. It's going to rotate. That's a round robin. So, Lynette, you're going to have 5 minutes to answer that. If you get it on your phone because you're next in line and you say, and you don't do anything, it's going to then bounce to Nick Jacobs. And if Nick is asleep or out fishing or whatever, it's going to bounce to Macy. The first person, and it bounces every 5 minutes because leads need to be responded to. The first person to say accept gets that lead. But then there's also, Lynette, leads that someone was on the Lynette, say your last name, Nivar?
Sure. Nivar. Sorry.
Bennington, on her site and directly, and those go to you and you alone. And you don't have 5 minutes to respond. You have, I mean, they might move on from you and have found another agent if you don't respond. But so there's some directed directly to you, and there are others that round robin until someone accepts. That's why it's important to have those preferences set. That's the first thing I think you should do in your IQO profile so that you're not caught off guard and get a lead at a time when you're not ready to accept them or you're not paying attention to business, and then you lose that possible lead, okay? Because IQO, I'll be honest with you, does not like it if you miss leads. You can be put in timeout, let's say, if you say, yeah, I'll take leads, but then you never take them, okay? Okay, all right. There will be a full training on leads and how to manage your leads once they're in IQO, okay? So what I hope doesn't happen, because I'm lazy and shiftless, is I hope you don't go into IQO and have 18 different questions about 18 different things for me tomorrow or Monday, because like I want everyone to learn stuff, but we've got a cadence that we want to roll the stuff out in so it doesn't destroy anyone except Casey. That's the only guy. I don't care about him, but everybody else, I want you to feel good about all this, okay?
Okay. Any
other questions for me?
Yeah, I want to know if I can charge more than $400 to cover for someone.
Well, you know, it depends. I think there are some in the room that, yeah, you should be charging a lot more because I know how much you do for them. So that's totally situationally dependent.
Awesome. Thanks.
All right, ready? I'm going to share my screen, so if you'll give me a thumbs up. When you can see it. Okay, so we've got a full dedicated marketing department for you guys here. I'm going to go over a couple of the key players that are in that department. I am the agent services manager, so one of my departments is overseeing the marketing department. We have Sierra Carver-Gallegos. She's our lead marketing coordinator. She's actually going to be your guys' dedicated marketing coordinator right out of the gate. So if you guys have questions on marketing packages, questions on different types of ads that you guys want to run, or anything that is related to marketing that you need help with, she is going to be your point of contact. She is excellent at what she does. She's our lead marketing coordinator for a reason, and she's going to be accessible to you guys for your questions and your needs. We've got 3 other full-time marketing coordinators in our department, and that's Lisa Fulmer, Dylan Berger, and Nellie Ostert. So you might hear from them occasionally, but your main person and point of contact is going to be Sierra. I'll send you guys an email with all of her email address and contact information as well.
And she's awesome. You're lucky.
Yeah. She's awesome. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree on that one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So we're going to go into IQ Office. And Gary, I am acting as you right now. So we went over what was included in the marketing packages on Tuesday. I'll recap again for what's included in all those packages, but the first thing I want to show you is where you are going to go to order these packages. So right up here in the top right corner is a quick link. If you click on that, a drop-down menu is going to appear with all types of different documents and training videos and all kinds of information in here. First 3 documents that you want to look for is going to be the CB1 order form, CB2 order form, and CB3 order form. Once I click on that CB1 order form, it's going to bring up a submission form. This is your very first step when you want to order a marketing package. So all of the information that has an asterisk next to it is required. You're going to want to go in and give us as much information as possible. This is what we're going to build your package off of. So anything that you put in here is going to be copy and pasted onto your marketing material. So you want to give full descriptions, remember to spell check, and just kind of give us as much information as you would like on your material. As you go throughout it, you're going to see all of the information that we need, list price and a list date. We've got your local photographers that are available to select right in this area right here. And then this is going to be the type of information that we need, whether it's your listing heading. An example of that could be cute 3-bedroom home or great views, you know, something with 2 or 3 words that can kind of make your marketing stand out. We will generally put just listed on the majority of the marketing material, so you can feel free to use something else in this area if you would like.
Hey, Shawnee?
Yes.
I can't help but interrupt because that's what I do. If this isn't already a practice that you're using agents to do your ad copy separately in a document so that it lives permanently on your computer and not just, Beverly's giving the eye to someone, I can see that, and not just in MLS and then you have to go, like, make this a habit. Do your ad copy on a document first so it lives there, so then it can go on IMLS, it can go here, it can go onto an advertising. You can go get it anytime. You don't have to go find it somewhere in IQO or somewhere else. Or, oh my God, I forgot what I said. Best practice ad copy. Get it in a document first, and then you have it, and you can put it anywhere you want after that.
Absolutely. So once you've got your information in here, the other day the question was brought up of how much are the additional add-on marketing materials. All of this is going to have your additional or your initial price of $159 plus the cost of each additional item. If you wanted to select that, you can. If not, it also states here at the bottom of what is included in each package. So you've got your flyers that we handed out on Tuesday. Tori has a copy of all of those flyers for you as well in your office. And then if you're just curious as to, you know, what was in that package again, you can always go to the order form and look to see what you're going to have inside each one. Once you get done with that, simply go down to the bottom and hit submit. Sierra's going to get notified that you guys have just placed an order. So from that notification, it's going to clue her to go ahead and order your photography based off of the photographer that you chose. The only additional step in this that you need on the photography is we will put you and the photographer connected together. So you guys are responsible for making arrangements due to your schedule and also access to the home. Once that is done, the photographer will send us the photos as well as you, and then we can start with your marketing material from that time frame. After the photos are included, we've got a really good set of timelines and expectations. You can expect to see proofs within 24 hours. Sometimes it could be that day, sometimes it could be 24 hours. During the busiest times, our timeline is up to 48 hours, but we're generally rolling out proofs right now the same day or 48 hours. Do you want to chime in, Derek?
Yeah, and I want to make sure everybody knows that's during business days. So if you submit Friday afternoon, your photos come in Friday afternoon, please don't expect anything on Saturday. So that's just important clarification.
Absolutely. And then proofread everything. Take a look at it, make any changes that you want. If it looks great, make sure to let Sierra know that it looks good, and she will proceed with ordering. Tori, do you guys have mailing addresses, or do you use P.O. boxes? I know in some of our resort markets, the mail gets strictly delivered to the P.O. boxes, so we have the agents provide us a mailing list, but in our area, like Grand Junction, we use a radius search. So we'll search for 100 homes around that property.
Beverly might be able to answer this better than I can because they've done postcards and everything.
Okay.
Beverly. Is she on?
She might not be able. She can probably hear us, but I don't know if she can talk.
Gary, do you know? We can't hear you.
Not my lane.
Okay. Essentially, there's two ways that we can mail your postcard out for you. You can provide us a mailing list, and we can use that, or we can base it off of the radius. So if we're doing a radius, we will put in, the property, 100 postcards are going to go out to 100 homes surrounding that property address. Marketing packages are great. Everything is executed. I mean, your initial steps are to order the package and watch out for your proofs. Other than that, everything is going to be done behind the scenes for you guys in a timely, professional, efficient manner. And we did have our first one yesterday, ordered by Kendra, so thank you. And we already have photos scheduled and ordered for her, and we are already rocking and rolling on her marketing package. Awesome. So this is where you're going to go to order your marketing package for your CB1, CB2, or CB3.
Can you show us where, again, now you've just wowed us with all the different things, but can you make sure we all see?
So if you were from your home screen, and you can access it at any place, but always remember home, and then right up here in the right-hand corner is this quick link. Drop down to CB1, CB2, and CB3. You'll find in each of the different order forms that they do have different pieces of marketing collateral in them, so we will ask for different information as well. Something might ask for more verbiage for a flyer or targeted demographics for your Facebook ad. So each package that you're ordering, just please fill out all of the required fields and then give us as much description as possible. If you put to be determined or if you put NA, just know that your package will not get started. It will not get processed until we have that information. That's really, a lot of people will say, CMLS or, I'll get it to you. That's going to stop you in production until you get us that information.
And please, guys, this is such an awesome service. I boasted about this on Tuesday. Like, to me, this is the best thing in real estate. The money you save, the amount of stuff you get, the work you get to offload. But if you do not meet them halfway, you're going to get frustrated. We're going to get frustrated. I've had several agents, when they join me here, they're like, oh, cool, I clicked it. Where are my materials? No, it's a dance. You have to prove your stuff. You have to approve your stuff, which is the right way to go. But just make sure that you don't say, oh, I clicked it, and then you get all crabby because nothing's come. Check your email. Be responsive. Be in communication.
Yep, absolutely. I know we went over the 1, 2, and 3 on Tuesday. Do you guys want me to go over those again, what's included in each of them, or have you had a chance to go over the flyers? How much detail do you want me to go through on this?
Shawnee, I have a quick question.
Sure.
The photographers that we are using for these packages are the same photographers we've used on existing listings we currently have. If we want to retro some of our existing listings into these packages where we already have the pictures, can we do that? And if so, is there a difference in cost, or is it just still the $159 and we just turn over the pictures and let you guys do your magic? I mean, talk about that.
Great question. So the packages are the packages. So if you choose not to get flyers, or you choose not to get postcards, or you're going to provide photography to us, the package price stays the same. So we don't discount the price. We don't break it out. We don't credit back anything. So all of the pieces are at your discretion to use. It's either use it or lose it. So if you want to provide us the photos, we can go ahead and give you all of the other items in the marketing package, but it's still going to cost you $159. If you're looking at just kind of maybe wanting to send out a postcard or a flyer, we can help you out with that on a case-by-case basis, but generally your best bet to take advantage of everything is to order a CB1 off of it. Sure.
I just noticed it's up on your screen right now that the photographer, one of them is Tour Factory, which to order that now we go through a whole process. And you said it's our responsibility to contact the photographer. Are you going to take care of all of that and we just talk to them, or do we still need to go to Tour Factory and order something?
Great question. No, once you submit that order, and if you select Tour Factory as your preferred photographer, we will go online. We'll get all of the information, the square footage, your name, and then in the comment section, we're putting that we are ordering on behalf of, Agent A. Please contact them for scheduling and access to the home.
Okay.
And then we're invoicing. I mean, we're taking care of the payment and everything. So all you need to do is just order it on the order form, and we're taking it from there.
Cool.
Okay. You will get an initial confirmation as well from Sierra. So she will, if you were to select John, she would email you and John Mill at the same time, and it would confirm that the order has been placed with you, and then it would also put you and John in connection together.
Now, is there a, is Matt Brander an option on the higher level?
Yes, he's an option on the CB3. And if you guys have these are the photographers that we kind of started with. So if you have other options for photographers that take amazing photos and would be willing to work with us, please get them in contact with myself. There's kind of a process we go through. We look at their samples, we look at their pricing. So if you've got other photographers in your area, feel free to send them my way. What other questions do you guys have on the marketing packages, or where to order them, or timelines or guidelines or anything like that?
Timeline? Can we talk about timelines?
Absolutely. So once you order the pictures, or once you order the package, we will order the pictures the same day of business. So if you order it on the weekend, it's going to be Monday when we come into the office. So you'll get that notification the same day, and then we kind of step out of it until we receive the photos. So the scheduling's up to you and the photographer. Once we receive the photos, that's our clue to start your marketing material. You'll start to see proofs within 24 to 48 hours, and then once you approve it, they're also ordered within 24 hours. So if you approve it Friday at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, there's a possibility it'll get ordered before end of business day, or it would be Monday morning. All of the other pieces are going to be sent out accordingly. So we're going to post it to Facebook that same day that we get the pictures. We're going to send out the e-postcard the same day that we get the picture. So a lot of these once the proofs are approved, nothing is ordered or sent out on your behalf until you give us full approval on it. So nothing's going to go to the MLS. It's not going to be sent out until you give us your stamp of approval.
Stay there for a second. It says they're based off the listing prices. This is a global luxury level home. Maybe you are familiar with the global luxury platform within Global Banker. Whether you are or not, give me 20 seconds. It's a different level in all markets. The Twin Falls price threshold for a residential listing to be global luxury is $500,000 and up, list price. But that doesn't mean every $500,000 and up listing is global luxury.
Correct.
If it's a ramshackle little cabin on 300 acres, that's $600,000. It's probably not global luxury because the edifice is not luxurious. But if you know you're bringing something on for over $500,000, the CB3 is the way to go because it really does take the marketing to the next level of luxury. You get the global luxury logos, whether you're a global luxury certified agent or not. Justin is, I know. He went through the training in Seattle last October, but you don't have to be a GL agent to have a GL listing. Okay, so really be thoughtful about that price point of $500,000. And again, you can loop me in to say, hey, I'm not 100% sure it's going to be $600,000, but take a look at the photos, whatever. But that's the threshold in Twin Falls. You'll learn more about that.
on that as well is if it is a global luxury level home, the logo is only available on the CB3. So we've had agents in the past say, well, I want to order a CB2, but can I still use that global luxury logo? No, you have to order a CB3 in order to take advantage of that branding. Okay.
But it doesn't mean that every CB3 is global luxury. It doesn't go the other way. Right. Okay.
And like we said, the marketing packages are designed to promote your current listing as well as get you more listings. So, you know, it can show your neighbors what you're doing for that seller in hopes that, you know, hey, I would want to list with this agent as well. So keep in mind when you're marketing these, it's a great marketing tool for you. We get tons of business off of just sold postcards, just listed postcards. I mean, these are a really huge success in our company right now. Agents love them, they utilize them, and they get more business from them. Does anybody have any other questions on the marketing packages or where to order them?
And if I were you, sorry, God, I need to leave the room, but if I were you, the first time I order a CB package, I would take one of everything that I get, and I would put together a view book, right? Even though you're all going to have your listing presentations, but I would put together a Macy Parks view book so that you can go to any listing presentation and say, when you sign with me to list your property, I'm going to do all these things within the first 2 weeks. Boom, 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 boom. I mean, it's impressive stuff. So, you know, take advantage of this not only for your sellers, but for you, because this helps market you. It separates you from every other agent out there, 100%.
Yes. All right. That was kind of my recap on the marketing packages, on where to order them and who the key players of our marketing department are. If we don't have any other questions, I can be happy to turn it over to Margaret now, and we can go from there.
Lots of thumbs up. Excellent.
Okay.
And other fingers.
Hi, everyone. I'm Margaret. I've emailed with each one of you, I believe, that you haven't met me personally.
See you, Margaret.
Hi, Derek.
Hi. Let's stop the share.
Are you going to share?
Nope, but we're still seeing the CB. I want to see you, Margaret.
Okay. All right. So I don't want to sync that. How do I stop her share? You do this more than I do, Derek.
Yeah, but
I found it.
okay. There you go.
Okay, here I am. So what I do, my job is to onboard all the new agents. So I'm working with each one of you. As soon as I get your paperwork back, I'll be going through that, and Tori's going to get that to me. We'll check it and make sure everything's right, and we'll go ahead and get that up on the drive so both Tori and I can view it there. Teresa can see it there. It's there for all of us to look at in management. First of all, I want to give all of you my cell phone number because I don't have a desk phone. So the best way to get a hold of me is to call my cell phone. You ready? It's area code 970-986-9859. And that's the absolute best way to get a hold of me. You can call the office and it'll go through Ring Central and it comes to me, but the connection is not near as good. So we can talk better if you just call me directly. Okay. So first thing I do is I get an email from your OM. Tori will send me an email saying I've got a brand new agent. All of the paperwork's in the drive, and so I'll go into the drive. I'll look at all the paperwork, verify that signatures, everything is correct in that paperwork. Once that paperwork is complete, then I put that agent into IQ Office. While I'm putting that agent into IQ Office, if I have the headshot and the bio, I go ahead and put those in now. So if you guys look at IQ Office and your headshot and bio are in there, that's because Tori got those to me and I was able to get those put up on there. Once I submit that IQ Office information, that goes to Dash, and within 24 hours we have you up and ready to go in Dash. I go into Zap because I have a back office arrangement where I can go in and put in your headshot and your bio in Zap as well. So your ColdwellBanker.com feeds through, and within 48 hours, you're up and have a website with coldwellbanker.com as well. Anytime you have a problem with Zap or with IQ Office, give me a call. I'll walk you through it. It's easier than you being frustrated. After I've got you in the computer, after we've got you in Dash, then I start on the production. I build an announcement for you. That announcement will go on your page, your personal page. And Beverly shared that with me today, so we can get that on there. It'll go on there. It'll go on the CB wants and needs list because you guys look at that more often. It's a really good place for you guys to know who's new in your office and know about them. I do a blog. It goes in the blog. So we get it out everywhere. Danielle will put it on the Daily Distinctive newsletter, so you'll see it on there as well. So that kind of goes out everywhere. It's really important for me to have a bio, and I've got bios for about half of you. So if the rest of you would like me to have your bios, I would love to have them.
Otherwise, she'll just start making it up. So you all better.
Yeah. You might be better to write your own bios.
Can I just ask real quick, Margaret? Is anyone getting the Distinctive Daily in the morning at 9 o'clock yet? It's an email that comes from Todd, and it's every weekday morning at 9 o'clock. No one's gotten that yet? Okay, so start looking for that. It's basically the, and I'm mentioning it because Margaret mentioned it, it's basically the email from the company every day. Almost always has a video, usually from Todd or Keith about some training, or I'm interviewing an agent who's done something cool, has birthdays in there, has any announcements you need to know about, and so on. So that should be coming through at 9 o'clock every morning. We'll see if we can't get you guys ramped up on that.
I will have Danielle add them.
Okay. What, Tori?
I received that today in my email this morning.
Okay.
Perfect. If you don't get it, anything that comes through IQ Office loves to go to the spam folder. So if each one of you would look at your spam folder and verify that it's not there. If it's there, once you move it to your regular folder a couple of times, you'll start getting it. Okay. I sign you up for Kingston Lane, and I know yesterday you each got about 6 emails from them. So go ahead and fill out those documents that they sent you and get ready to go on Kingston Lane. Derek is going to teach you about Kingston Lane. Right, Derek? Yes, sir.
I guess let me just say this right off the bat so there's not a whole lot of static about that. Kingston Lane is an out there product. It's awesome. What we've done is think of it as a really awesome club. Okay, with great music and great drinks. We have bought you the cover charge to get into the club, and it's not inexpensive. However, once you're in the club, then it's up to you to buy the drink or to pay the DJ to play your song or whatever. So, but we've made it easier for you to get in the club. To log in, it doesn't go through me. It's a Kingston Lane thing. Just put your email address in and change your password, and that almost always works. If it doesn't work then get in touch with me. But Kingston Lane is a beautiful thing. We'll be training on that soon.
Perfect. Thanks, Derek. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to build a signature block for each one of you. It'll have your photo, it'll have your office's logo on it, and it'll have your information. I put that into IQ Office. So in that logo box, or in that signature box that Shawnee was showing you, I put that in there. So that will be there, but it's up to you to put into your email. Is your office email a Gmail account, Tori?
Yes. Yes,
perfect.
It is.
Then I will send them the Gmail instructions with that then. Okay. I will send you instructions for most of the accounts. Does anybody know if the Realtor.com is a Gmail account as well?
Just
Gary.
I have my Realtor.com dumping into Gmail.
Okay. All right. So I will send with that. I'll send the Gmail instructions as well. Okay.
Such a cool signature, Margaret. I just love it. And the more people in an office that use it, like there's a power in that. I hope you all understand that. Like if you all brand yourselves, it's in uniform ways, not in everything, but in an email signature, that makes a huge statement to the rest of the Twin Falls real estate community that like, wow, these guys, they have their stuff together, and it's Gary's company. That's insane. And then they all they just look good, right? No one thought, well, Casey thought that was a little funny. Gary, I don't need to pick on you all the time. You're a good guy. But that's a beautiful signature, Margaret. Thank you.
Thank you. The next thing I'm going to do for the new agents, because Shawnee and her team has already done the listing presentation front page for this year. But when I get a new agent, once the annual group is done, then I do the new agents every year, and I put it into a folder where Tori can pull that out, make copies of it, get the pages to the agents, and they can put their listing presentations together as well. So they get 5 listing presentations just like each one of you. Next thing I'm going to do is an announcement. And that announcement is going to go on to Facebook on the wants and needs page, because that's where you guys look the most. It's going to go on your web page. It's going to go on the blog, and I've already gone through this, but that's the order. I went out of order, sorry. It's going to go on your office's Facebook page. So that way everybody will know that somebody has joined you. In order to do that announcement, I have to have a headshot and I have to have a bio. So if I've got one lady who started last August, I still don't have a headshot, I still don't have a bio. Guess what's not been done? We can't announce her. So that's a really important part of onboarding, is getting people to know that you're here. Once I do that, I send the bio and I send the headshot to Danielle, and she puts it in the Daily Distinctive newsletter. So everybody in the whole company then knows that there's been a new person that joined us. The next thing I do, and I do it about every 2 months, I do a CB immersion class. That teaches all the new people how to use CB Exchange, how to go into order business cards, how to do all of that type of thing. We go through some of the things in IQ Office that we're not going to go through with you yet because we're not there. But we go through a lot of that type of thing just to get people started. We want their boots on the ground and we want them running. So that's my job, is to get them to that point. Okay, do we have questions?
Margaret, sorry. So here you're talking about when someone joins CBDP. Well, 45 people are joining CBDP at once. The clowns are coming out of the Volkswagen Bug, right? So
right.
How does all this happen for an office? I've been wondering that. Do we know?
Well, we've done the IQ piece. We've gone in, we've done everybody in IQ Office. The bios that I have are in there. The headshots are in there. You're already in CB Exchange and Dash because you've been there. So that's already done. I've been working behind the scenes, emails. I think y'all probably got emails last night about 10 o'clock, sorry. But I've been working behind the scenes trying to get all of this stuff done. I've still got the announcements to do, and I think we're going to probably do a group announcement from what I understood. I've still got the signature blocks to do, and we're going to be doing some trainings. So I'll be contacting Tori, and we'll be setting up some trainings as we go. We don't want to flood you with things, but we don't want to drop the ball either. Does that make sense? Okay. Other questions? No? Okay. Thank you, guys. It's nice to meet you all.
Thanks, Margaret. You're the best.
Thank you.
Shawnee?
Derek?
Yeah, what else do we have to, yeah, there's nothing better than applause that's muted, you guys. That's really fantastic. I can't hear it. What else do you think we should cover today, if anything? We don't need to take up the next half hour. Don't get us wrong, but is there anything else that you want to know right off the bat, agents and administrators in Twin Falls? Anything that's burning a question in your brain?
Anything that has came up over the next couple of days? Yeah, we don't want to overwhelm you with trainings or take up your whole time, but we're definitely here to answer questions. And
I've got a question. There's going to be some agents that are going to excel at getting the Kingston Lane platform completed, and I won't mention any names, but their initials are Eliza, and she's going to be like completing that so fast, and she's going to be like, "What's next? What's next?" Is there a cheat sheet somewhere for those agents that are going to be more proficient at getting the platform completed to where they can get through it faster?
Are you talking about Kingston Lane or just at more technologically advanced agents in general and how to accelerate that?
Both.
Okay. So let me say this about Kingston Lane. Again, it's an off-site program. It's the best thing I've seen to get instant lead generation. It costs a little bit of money, probably about $100 a spin, but I've seen agents do it once and get 15 email leads, another 60 address leads. So it's really good, but make sure you're ready to deal with it. The worst thing you can do is do a Kingston Lane ad that you do, and then all of a sudden you have 150 people contact you, and you're like, and then you run away from it. So make sure you have a system or a thought of like, here are my first 2 or 3 contacts that I'm going to do, because it gets results. And I know you're going, well, what the hell is it, dude? And all I can say is that instead of think of it as a Facebook post that you do, okay? And if you don't know what that is, then don't even listen to this next part. But it's done by professionals who have made a company out of what's the best language, what's the best imagery, what are the best demographics, what's the best time, what's the best way to make someone go, oh, I want to know about that. They've got it figured out. We don't. We're too busy selling real estate. So, you know, Facebook Boost costs money. Kingston Lane costs money. All I've seen is Facebook Boost is like, oh, I got 3,000 impressions, but no one called me. Kingston Lane, oh, I got 150 people to say I want to know more. So have a system in place. Be ready for that. Just a second, Margaret.
Also,
let me finish this.
Okay.
Huh? Oh, go ahead.
Kingston Lane has a great group on Facebook that you all should sign up for. I can't sign you up for that. You have to sign yourselves up, but they've got a really good group that gives you a lot of pointers and a lot of good information.
And we've done 2 in-depth trainings on Kingston Lane in particular, and then Gary, I'll answer your bigger picture question in a second. And what I'll do when I send you this recording is I'll probably put the first link to that training in there. They're hour-long trainings, but they're done by the Kingston Lane people who are the most, like, you get so much information about real estate just watching their trainings. It's unbelievable. So you'll get an insight into how to get your Kingston Lane going. It's a little front-heavy in terms of work you have to do, but the agents who have used it, they've had to stop using it, no lie, in Steamboat and in Montrose and here in Sun Valley. They've had to stop using it because they have too many leads. Oh my God. Too many leads. That's like, I could dance to that. That's like Prince right there. So just know that it's a really powerful thing and you better be ready to use it. So that's my small time answer, Gary. My big time answer, if there's someone there that's like, IQO, it looks perfect, makes perfect sense, I can get all this. If you're one of those people, how about this? Email me and I will get you a spreadsheet that sort of walks you through or runs you through some things. You don't have to know how to spell my name. Email education@coldwellbankersv.com and that comes to me, or just Derek@coldwellbankersv.com. You all got an email from me earlier today inviting you to this, so you should have it. But if you think you're one of those people, let me know and I'll try to feed you a little bit more scraps. So that's right, Linda, I said scraps. Not craps, scraps. Yes, Lynette, you raised your hand. That's fantastic. Way to go.
I did. I'm so polite.
No one's ever used raised hand on this thing. I didn't even know. It's like, what is that? She raised hand? I raised my son. Big deal.
Everyone, you all keep talking about all of these emails that you're sending us. I haven't received any emails. Should I be worried about that, or is that still in the works?
Now a good time.
Tell me which email address you want.
What email address are you using?
Well, this would probably be a good time to change my email address. I'm still using Lynette Nybauer at ciragent.com, but I think everything is connected and I'd like to start using my Coldwell Banker one. But it's Lynette Nybauer, which is my first and last name that you can see written there, at ciragent.com.
That's what I emailed you about an hour and a half ago. So
What?
Check your spam.
Okay.
But you missed the joke. Gary's now a good time to talk to Lynette. Why she's not getting those emails? Just kidding, Lynette. Kidding.
Derek, I have an email from you. Never mind.
Shut her mouth wide open, didn't we?
I've seen that movie before.
Beverly, no matter how loud you yell, it's on mute. So it doesn't matter if you go like this or whatever. Unmute and it's like she's on permanent mute or something. How'd you do that, Gary?
Oh,
there you
she
go.
does, maybe.
Well, we were saying.
Whoever's in her room, turn your microphone off. If you're in that same room, yeah, turn that microphone off.
Nick needs to be on mute.
Nick,
I'm just not going to talk.
type it in as the chat, Beverly, if we have a question.
Nick needs to be muted.
Well, we've known that for a while. Yeah. So, what else? Lynette, you just opened a little bit of a Pandora's box for me. You know, people have their email addresses, whatever. If you're a real estate agent, you want to be catchy, you want to be memorable, you want to be easy, right? A lot of, like, our email address is not super easy if you use the corporate one, but you can get ones that are easier. Same goes, and I'm getting ahead of myself here, but the same goes for your websites. We've been very strong proponents of you getting websites that are branded to you. Still use the website you're using, still use our website, but it's called something catchier. Because if I was an agent here and I used my company's website, it would be, hey, it's nice to meet you. Just go onto my website. It's dsfenningson.cbdistinctive.com. No one's going to that website, right? But if I said, just go to my website, dereksellsunvalley.com, people are going to be able to remember that. And it's going to show up in more searches because Sun Valley is in there. So start thinking already, and this is a training for probably next month, about ways to distinguish yourself. Even under our umbrella, you can be distinct, and that's the whole point of Real Estate 2019. What are you doing to distinguish yourself? So start thinking about your URL. GoDaddy is incredibly cheap. For $10 a year, you can have a distinct URL that is easy to remember, talks about who you are, and all that. And some of you already have it, I know, so I'm preaching to the choir in many cases, but start thinking about these things, because what we're here to do, and I'm going to point at Shawnee and Margaret and Tori and Teresa and all the marketing, is to try to, as we said on Tuesday, take that stuff that you just never have time for, like website stuff and marketing stuff, and help you do it so that you do have time and you still get all your stuff done. That's really what our job is. Okay, Beverly, basically telling Margaret to ask me for those who need profiles and pictures for anything else she is needing, also to touch base with me for training times for us, and telling Casey to stop flexing his muscles in the Zoom camera. I don't want Casey to stop doing that because I'm kind of enjoying it. So, yes, get stuff to Beverly. Margaret will talk to Beverly. Beverly, we just put together our training calendar. Tori and Bev, you guys are going to be like, oh my God, I don't have enough hours in the day. But agents, it'll be regular. It's got those masterminds I talked about on there. It's got the fan clubs on there, which are every Friday at 11, including starting tomorrow. And these trainings that we're going to try to do that will help you get through IQO. So we'll get those to the hands of Beverly and Tori soon. What else is out there? Michaela, You've got such a fun name there, McShuckster. Anything from you that we need to know? Basically, because you said you're McShuckster, and that person has to have a question. Okay. No? All right. One more flex, Casey? That's what I'm talking about. Excellent. She said no. That was to the question thing, not to Casey's flexing. So, okay. Thanks, you guys, and we will continue to be in touch. We'll continue to make this as flawless of a transition as possible, okay? Beverly and Tori and Gary, thanks so much for getting everybody rounded up here in Shawnee and Margaret. Excellent job. Have a great Thursday afternoon, everybody, and we will see you,
Thank you guys.
I hope tomorrow at 11 for Fan Club, okay? All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.